Hello, once again, and I'm live. We are behind the camera once again, and we are talking about 10 budgeting categories that I want to share with you in this segment. Please stay tuned as we dive into it. If you have been watching my videos, you'll know for now that under budgeting, I always have these major categories. That is the fixed expenses. I also have the variable expenses. I also have my savings. Savings in brackets, investments. Yes. So what I want to share with you today is the different categories under this main categories for budgeting. Yeah. Yes. So number one, this again, just bear in mind that the budgeting is really personal. This is just my way of doing it. You can customize it to your way. The categories that you might want to adopt and the categories that you just leave behind. That's okay. Yeah. And remember to be interactive in the comment section, please. Yes. And if you're new, please remember to subscribe, yeah? Or just give this video a thumbs up, please. It really helps me out. So yes, under the fixed expenses, these are the many categories that I have that I need to budget for on a monthly basis, and that is food. This one is critical. Whether you're budgeting or not, we all need to eat, yeah? So for food, this money here will be used in buying groceries, and if you have the privilege of eating out, the money has to come from this category under food. Yeah. And then the second one is your rent. If you're renting, this one is self-explanatory. And if you're not renting, you have a house, maybe the bracket that you can have here is actually house maintenance because you need to maintain the house. Yeah. And then number three, we need to also budget for utilities. Now, the beauty about having different categories is I tend to know where the money is going, and it's easy for me to track it. Instead of just lumping a huge amount on a fixed expense, I have this to guide me on how I can do the monies, on how I can divide my monies. Yeah. So under utilities, this is here, the money here you can allocate it for, if you have internet, your water, your electricity, under utilities. Yeah. And then number four, you need to do your due diligence. That's pay out the debt. If you owe anyone, you need to list all your debts here. Now that will include your mortgage. If you have a mortgage, that will mean your student loan. We need to pay up for student loans, or just a personal loan. You also need to have it because you need to pay for it, right? That's the agreement with you at the bank. So they're still under fixed expenses. And you'll be motivated to really pay it up when you see the money getting reduced, yeah? And number five under the fixed expense is transportation. That's if you have a car, this bracket should be able to cover things like the fuel, the car service, and any other thing that is really related to a car. If you don't have a car, this will be the money that you use to pay for combis or cabs. Yeah, under this bracket. And if you have kids, please also remember to budget for them Here, under here, the money that you allocate, it can be the fees, that you give to the kids. If you have a nanny, you need to also budget for the nanny. If they are school-going kids, remember also to put their tuition fees here because you need to pay it on a monthly basis. Yeah. So they are under fixed expenses, but under fixed expenses you need to have subcategories. You need to divide the monies soon here, not soon, but you need to divide the monies. You need to send the money so that the money does not send you to into debts. Yeah. Yes. So now under the variable expenses, the categories that you might have will include your personal care. Your personal care really, you are looking at things like, you know, the clothes, your hair, toiletry shoes, yeah, things like that. That's your personal care. And yes, and the last one under the variable expense will be your home maintenance, or just home. You will understand. But under the home category, this is the money I allocated here is whenever you want to purchase like furniture. The money comes from this home expense. And you also have what we term household supplies. This is under this variable expense. This is variable because the money change. It's not like fixed amount. The money can change. You don't purchase furniture each and every time, each and every month. There are times when you do, so that's why the money is variable. And the beauty about budgeting is really, you can really, like I mentioned, customize it to your own liking. If you don't want to put something that you are working towards, what you're working towards achieving here. Yeah. So lastly, we have the savings and the investment bracket. This here, you can have at number 9, you can have investments. Investments can really be anything that you're investing on. It can be rental units. You can have stocks. Whatever you're investing on and you need to allocate money for, you put it under here. And lastly but not the least, you have sinking funds. I actually have a video on sinking funds. Please do watch it and learn more about sinking funds, the benefits of having sinking funds. And under sinking funds, what I have is the emergency fund. I'm really big on emergency fund. We all need to have emergency funds. It's very, very critical. And education fund, if you have kids, you need to start. If you haven't started, you need to start so that we can help our kids, to attain the education that they need. And if you also want to do holiday, you can also have a holiday fund. Please watch my video on sinking funds to appreciate what they are and the benefits. And in my case, I need to have a laptop. So I have it here under sinking funds, and I also need studio lights for my YouTube channel. So I have it. Yeah. So ladies and gentlemen, there you go. Those are the 10, if I may say, subcategories under budgeting. Just that you appreciate them some more. You have the fixed expenses, the different categories. They have the variable and the different categories, and you have the savings and the different categories all together. please note that this is just to give you a guidance on how you can really have your budgeting categories. Otherwise, thank you for watching. Please, if you're new here and you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe and join the community. And if you have a subscribe, please give the video a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. And I thank you for having reached 1,000 subscribers. Yay! Otherwise, I'll see you in my next video.